Well, Mark, looking back after the FA Cup defeat, how do you feel sort of a number of days after that?
Not really any better. It's been a somber week, very humbling. So we have to react. We have to come out fighting now. We're in the Owen room. We owe a lot of people a performance. You know, looking back, the performance wasn't that bad. It was just when we were in attacking areas of the pitch, we didn't produce. We had loads of ball, loads of possession in and around the penalty area, and we didn't produce that moment that leads to a goal. Very, very hurt, but that's the FA Cup, and we have to bounce back.
What's the mood been like in the camp and sort of trying to get the atmosphere back going again? You know, you aren't the only National League side to go out at this stage, but it's sort of one that hits quite hard. And what's it like trying to sort of help the players sort of react in a positive way?
Of course, they understand. We debrief the game, we analyse it, and we have to show them some bits that are not nice and where people are not doing what they're paid to do. At the minute, that is, we're perfectly sound at the back in the middle of the pitch. It's just we're trying to get the players that end up in attacking positions to be able to produce big moments, and that's the work has been about that, because at the moment we have to be really perfect at the back of the pitch to get a result. So like you say, you look on Tuesday night, Boston, who gave us a really good game, got beat 4-0 at home by Gainsborough Trinity, who are 2 leagues in the Northern League. Gateshead get beat at home by Hensford, who are probably 4 leagues below them. Hartlepool get beat at Brackley. So that's the FA Cup. You know, there's people that have got worse results than us. You know, it's just that the dream is to do well in the FA Cup, and it's not this year. But we have to now go full pelt ahead to try and get some results quickly. Following
that result, you've had 2 departures in Raphael Araoye and Sam Pearson. How have they both come about?
Yeah, so Raf got called back by Bristol City yesterday. They've had some injuries, and there's a possibility that Raf's going to be involved for the first team at the weekend at Middlesbrough. So, you know, that's great for him. And Sam Pearson was personal reasons. He was travelling every day from Cardiff, which was 4.5-5 hour round trip, which is not sustainable. We couldn't get him to be closer, and that was affecting his welfare. And he just came to see us, and he wanted to just go somewhere where he could be closer to home. So, you know, we need everybody fully committed. But good luck to Sam. I'm sure he'll do well. I think he's already agreed to sign for a club, so good luck wherever that is.
And looking forward, you've got Wealdstone on Saturday, swiftly followed by Tamworth. But just looking at Wealdstone first, how do you feel going into that game? Yeah,
always a tough place to go. They've not had the greatest start. Can be an intimidating place. A small little ground, you know, tight, got good fans. They've not really been beaten outside by anyone. We have to listen. We have to play in a really angry manner. After the other day, we have to show that it really hurt us, and that's been the work. It's been a tough week for the players this week, and in terms of legwork and distance covered and trying to put things right, because it really hurts.
Wealdstone, you say they're not the biggest club, but they've managed to manoeuvre the National League system quite well and sort of flip between the divisions. So they'll be quite a difficult side to go and face.
Yeah, they do great. They're really well run. I know some people there. I've been to watch a lot of games there, and it's a really good club to go and watch games at, and real good feel to it. And they've done amazingly well. So it's going to be a tough game, but like I say, we have to make sure we go and react.
And off the back of the 2 departures, is there any more to come in before the weekend?
Probably not. No, it's like I say. If we are going to do that, we want to try and improve on what we've got. And listen, like I always say when I get asked, if there's somebody there that improves us and makes us better, I think it's clear what area we need to be better in. And if we can find somebody that does that, then we'll do it. But it's not always about bringing another player in. It's trying to give people more confidence and be better when they play.
As for what we've got here currently, sort of the injuries are starting to ease off slightly. You had Harvey Greenslade appear on Saturday off the bench, and you've got Michael Smith and Alex Whittle, who I assume aren't too far away.
So Alex Whittle's fit for selection. Aaron Jarvis is back, available for selection. Michael Smith will be a few weeks yet, but having those two back will give us a lift.
Brilliant, thanks Mark.
Thank you.
Mark, thank you for taking your time to speak to us this afternoon after a frustrating weekend. How have the group of lads responded in training this week? I know you said to my colleague Chris Bills on Saturday it will be a hard week of training for them. Has it been a hard week of training for them?
Yeah, I think probably better off asking them that, but I think it's been a tough week in terms of analysis, legwork, tactical. You know, we have another day yet. But we just want a reaction. I need an angry reaction. I need a group of players that want to show. And we can't get too far away from. We played really, really well a week ago against Dagenham. The week before against Dagenham, we got a standing ovation. Everybody got clapped off. We're the best team in the world. The performance from our goalkeeper to the edge of the opposition box wasn't bad. I could give you loads of stats and how many times we got there safely. But when we got in attacking positions, we didn't produce, and that's the hardest part of the game. So we need to solve that. We're not doing anything drastically wrong. We're playing well enough. We've just got to unlock that front part of the pitch.
How the attacking players in the group, how they responded after what's been safe to say quite a difficult period for them, particularly a few chances being missed. You're right, you're playing well. Just those chances are just not going in the net. Are you hoping to see a huge difference in the next 3 games? I'm assuming you want to make those chances turn into goals in the next 3 games.
If we scored every chance we'd created, of course we'd be top of the league, wouldn't we? But with our defensive record, we don't touch wood. Defensively, we're really sound. It's the toughest part of the game is putting the ball in the net because there's 11 men trying to stop you doing that. But we need to be better. We're creating some big chances and we need to be better. Listen, the players are not daft, they know that. We've got some experienced players, they know that. It's about now picking the right. We've got one that's on fire in McGuckin, and we need to get another one now that catches fire and takes the pressure off the boys at the back.
Is there conversations with Rotherham to extend the loan of McGuckin? You're right, he's been absolutely on fire this season. Are those conversations happening behind the scenes?
Not yet. We're not daft, of course. We'd love to keep him. He looks a real talent, but we've got him until Jan at the earliest. So of course, we'll see how he goes.
Obviously, I have to ask, it was quite a surprise to Yeovil Town supporters yesterday, the news of the departure of Sam Pearson. You was just saying there it is due to personal reasons. For you personally, how gutted and frustrated are you that Sam's decided to leave the club?
Yeah, Sam was a valued member of the squad. He he hadn't done as well this season, but there's a reason behind that. He's travelling 5 hours every day from Cardiff. It's a long way, and that had started to affect his welfare, affect his performances, and he was just down. And he asked if he could. He just wanted to go and play closer to home, and that was the. I'm sure there'll be drama out there that me and him have had a fallout, but me and him got on great, and we had to help him at the end of the day, and his wishes were to be closer to home.
Were there conversations beforehand to try and keep Sam Pearson at the club who just completely understand the situation and went, we'll let you go, we completely understand where you're coming from?
I think when it's that far gone and the player's that adamant that he wants to go, we have a duty of care to the players as well. And Sam's had that issue before where he's been homesick and he's wanted to go back, and we have to appreciate that.
And with today's news as well, Raphael being recalled by Bristol City, I'm assuming, and as you were saying to our colleague earlier, that was a mutual decision by the club, so was that completely taken out of your hands and Bristol City made that call?
No, it wasn't mutual. Bristol City called him back. Brian Tinian called me yesterday and really apologetic, you know. And look, we've got to call him back. We've got some injuries, and Raf could be involved in the first team at the weekend, which is fantastic for the boy, and sometimes shows you what a loan does for the younger lads. They come out and play some senior football and do pretty well, and they're ready to go back and compete for a first team place.
Now with Sam Pearson and Raphael both gone today, and you have a lot of attacking options on paper, but you did say to my colleague Chris Spittles on Saturday, after the last few matches, you haven't been scoring enough and not taking your chances. Have you spoken to the chairman? Are you looking at other attacking options? I know you might not be no recruitment coming in this week, but is there still recruitment looking at for weeks ahead?
Of course, like I always say, if there's a player there that can really help us and add to what we've got, or certainly improve, it has to improve us, then we'll look at it. Listen, the chairman, I know if I went to the chairman and said, I've found this player and he's going to get us 20 goals for the end of the season, he'd say, let's do it. But I haven't found that player yet, and it's a difficult part of the season to be able to do it. So we need to, of course we're looking. But what I want is one of the other boys that are here, I want one of them to catch fire, whoever that might be. McGuckin's on fire. It's not his goals, but his performances as well. We need one of the others to come to the party now, and they've got real good quality, great lads, work their socks off. I don't think anybody could label our team for not trying. We give everything we've got, and that's, for me, that's a must, and that's a big part of what we do. But we need one of the boys to catch fire.
Looking ahead to this weekend, mark a trip to Wealdstone, who are in the relegation zone but are coming off a high-scoring win in the FA Cup on the weekend. How difficult is a game like this when a team is pushing to get out of their relegation zone, and especially looking to put that kind of performance they had in the FA Cup into their league form?
Depends how you look at it. I don't particularly look at it like in the same way you've described it. I look at it as the last time we played in the league, we were exceptional, and I'm sure that Wealdstone will have looked at that performance and know that it's going to be a tough game for them. If we play like we did there, then we have a chance. But bearing in mind, 3 players came out of the team that beat Dagenham. Obviously, James Plank couldn't play because he was cup tied. They wouldn't let him play in the cup. Who else missed? There was 3. Michael Smith came off. Michael Smith was injured, and Jarvis didn't play against Dagenham. There was somebody else who was free changer. Dylan Morgan couldn't play. So that's 3 big misses out of the team. So we get those back. They're all available this week. So let's see.
What are the main threats you've spotted when looking into Wealdstone? What has impressed you about them?
Well, they have a real culture of trying to be really heavily possession-based and trying to dominate the opposition with the ball. And if you get your out-of-possession stuff wrong, they can really hurt you. We like to be really aggressive without the ball and get after teams. But we'll have to get whatever we do spot on against Wealdstone, because they're technically very good. They can't afford to go and get the best strikers, or they have to have a real way of working, and they've done it over the years now. They're really easy on the eye. It's going to be a tough game, but like I said, we want to react and we want to put in a real strong performance.
Thank you, Mark, for today. Best of luck on the weekend and safe travels to London.
Thank you very much.